Hi, this video is about making a replacement cover for my 2001 Coleman Santa Fe pop-up camper. You know, it's of the era where it has the ABS roof, and the person I bought it from kept it in a 3-car garage, right? It never saw sunlight, but since it's gotten here, it gets full sun because I don't have a covered place to put it. I have coated the roof with 2 coats of Grizzly Grip truck bed coating, the kind that I think Pop-Up Princess talked about in her renovation series. Hopefully that will guard against most of the problems with the ABS roof breaking down. I also took the heater and cooler off the top. You know, even though this camper has the bar that goes under the roof on the inside, which supports it, I just decided that having all that weight up there with the cooler unit was just unneeded, right? And I'm never camping in any place that's got utilities, so I can't use it anyway. So I put a little roof vent on it instead. So 2 years ago, I made this cover trying to keep the whole pop-up protected from the intense Arizona sun. And, you know, I called Sailrite at the time, and they said, oh, you want to use, marine grade sunbrella? I looked at the cost and I said, no way. And so I went cheap and got this sunscreen on Amazon that is for putting on fences when you don't want people to see through them. And you know, it had all the right things, 95% UV, blah, blah, blah. Well, after 2 years in the Arizona sun, you can see that the sun side of this cover has completely disintegrated, and it's left only the non-sun side left. So it's a really big disappointment. So now I'm going to go back to get marine grade sunbrella. So what was expensive 2 years ago is even more expensive now because I paid for this cheap crap that I tried to make a cover out of. Hopefully the sunbrella will hold in there way better than this. So if I walk around to the non-sun side, this doesn't get any sun. This is facing north, and even that has broken down. It's crazy. This stuff was real crap. They called it fence liner or something. It's just, this was a waste of time. I mean, I protected it for a season and a half-ish, but with all the work that went into this first one, it would have been nice if it would have lasted longer. I pulled some of this Tech 90 polyester thread that was sewn into the full sun location of the old cover, and it's held up really well. It feels, you know, just as strong as it was when I put it in. So that's 2 years in the full sun. The polyester thread held up real well. I got 2 strands of it there. I couldn't unstrand it all. So my new cover starts with 18 yards by 60 inches wide of white marine grade sunbrella. I call out this straight edge, which I got from the top of a vertical blind for a sliding glass door, and this thing is really straight. I use it for anything I need a straight edge for, a long straight edge. This thing is just great. It's got to be straight to a millimeter over its length, probably better. So it's very handy. I also use it to put under the long fabric, and so I can hot cut right onto this straight edge. I don't mess up tile or whatever else is underneath of it, and that works real well. So I'm cutting 2 pieces, 90 inches long, and those 2 will be good for the top of the camper. So here's the top. So the 2 60-inch sections were joined here. So it gave me about, you know, if I take out the seam allowance, it's about 118 inches left to right, and that just fits on the top So I'm running the first sew line along the two pieces I'm going to join for the front. It's about 3/4 of an inch. Now we'll start the second sew line, so I'll just come in about 1/4 of an inch with the guide. So I'll just make 2 straight lines down. All right, so now I have all 4 sides hemmed, and I've got the long side laying on top of the top for the camper, and I have their outsides together. So I'm going to take and clip up these 2 edges here all along the whole length, and then I'll do that for all 4 sides, and I won't sew the sides together. I'll take it out with all the sides sewn to the top and look at how I'm going to fit the contour of the pop-up. So here's the big mess. The first long side is sewed to the top, and now I'm in the process of sewing the second long side. So this is one end of a long side that goes this way. What I've done is sewed on extensions on all 4 ends of the 2 long sides, and then I've traced the contour of the camper. Just sew it together as a curved box. That'll make just a much nicer corner piece for each of the 4 corners. So here's the final cover for the pop-up. As I've said before, protecting plastic and rubber from the Arizona sun is just paramount here in southern Arizona. This will ruin anything. I still have to put my tire covers on. New battery box now. Sun, it's hot out. And it's got a couple little sunbrella straps with Velcro that go around the bottom of it to hold it there. Anyway, it seems to have all worked out pretty good, and it's much nicer than that other piece of junk, but the other thing did its thing for a while. And then I put a flap door here so that I can access the door into the pop-up for packing and unpacking whatever while the cover is on. And then I put a couple straps. This strap here goes down inside, and then it's sewn up towards the top, so I can roll this cover up and then tie it off with these 2 straps. And they're just sunbrella also. Anyway, that all looks pretty good, and there was enough room in there for the tire in the back, the spare tire, so a little bump there, and then for the 2 gas cans out front. There's plenty of space in there. And then I also want to call out the way I tie it down. I have paracord running around the perimeter of the bottom, and then I just clamp these flanges onto the fabric and then cinch it all down around the whole pop-up, and that kind of draws the whole bottoms in to the underside of the pop-up, and that's especially needed during monsoon season here. So here we are with the little flap door rolled up, and it's just tied off with these 2 little bits of 1/2-inch sunbrella, and then I got good access to the tool compartment below and the doorway to the interior. One might ask, yeah, marine sunbrella is really good, and this stuff is supposed to wear like iron in the intense sun, so that's going to be great. But it was kind of pricey, probably $450 for the material, and then a lot of time and effort sewing it. So are you better off? You can find pop-up covers online for sort of $150, maybe a little less. Maybe you're better off buying that, and when the sun destroys them, just buying another one. That would probably tie you over for 5 years or something before you've got as much money as you have into the sunbrella fabric. I don't know. I have an industrial sewing machine. It was kind of a fun project. I shouldn't have to mess with this again for a very long time. So, thanks a lot for watching. Bye.